Okay, hi. This is going to be an attempt to just, in one shot, make the entire video. 1 month ago, to this date, I released my first video on Schremmer Consulting. Since then, a month has passed. And it's been a hell of an adventure, and it's enabled me to finally complete what I hinted at in my first video. So based on those limited amounts of people who watch my video, I have roughly a minute and 18 seconds on average to capture attention. So let me start by saying that this is a dedication. For an entire year, I worked on this project, and now that I'm publishing it, I would like to dedicate it to somebody. And so it's my honor to be able to dedicate it to my grandfather, who's holding a solar panel here, who I had the opportunity to spend a lot of time with in 2024 because I embarked on a crazy adventure. I think I went to Germany at least 5 times, and I got to spend a lot of time with him. So I'm gonna take you all the way to the top, and here in this task that we're currently doing together, and I'm going to introduce you to the move system. The move system is an extension to the action system that I built and spoke about in my previous video. So essentially, it takes the habit tracker from the action system, and on top of it, it builds out a series of flows. That's what you see described here. This allows me to get a lot of useful information into my retrospective on the day, right? So not only am I now getting my habits, but as you'll see, right? So we've got the classic pictures here from last year and tracking the habits, right? Here. We've now also got all of these flows integrated. So there's a few things that I care about in my life. One of the things is what I eat, and another one is how I exercise. In fact, many people who I believe are into that kind of thing will have heard of MyFitnessPal. So essentially what I realized is that with Notion, I could replace MyFitnessPal. I was able to log all of the information on like what I'm eating, right? And here I can see my calorie progression with Notion. I can break this down by sugar, by fat, however I want. And one of the things that's really useful is I can use integrated AI features to smartly calculate the macros for my meals. So for people who will know about this, this is a big deal because it's pretty hard sometimes to know exactly how many calories are in a meal. And now with AI, you have this great tool on top of the system that before MyFitnessPal was providing. So I got really excited about tracking my food intake as well as my exercise flows. And then I thought, because I had made the experience working as a remote consultant, that I should also track how I'm spending my time so that I can account for like the work that I deliver to clients, and also that I can track my budgets, my cash expenditures. I also figured out that I could tack on like a task system on top of it, which would allow me to much more quickly get things done, and also associate that with the time system that I built, as you see here, to calculate exactly how much time I was allocating to every single task. So essentially, on top of the action system, I tacked these 5 flows, the one that we spoke about just a bit higher here, all the way at the beginning. So these 5 flows were tacked on, and that made the move system. That's what I'm presenting to you today, and what I'm really honored to be able to put on the Notion store as the second template that I'm releasing. So if we come down here, you'll see some of the useful things that it allows you to do. So you're tracking all of this, and then obviously the most important thing is to be able to visualize it. So here's, for example, expenditures when looking at a budget on a daily basis. Here's a waterfall graph for like how you might spend an entire day. Here are dependencies on tasks and how late you're on the deadline. A lot of useful things to manage one's personal life where there are tasks, but also coincidentally professional if you are so inclined. So here are also some nice charts that are remnants of the action system, or rather the foundation. Like you can track your sleep patterns, you can track your mood, all sorts of useful information. So the other thing that I spent time doing compared to the action system is I also got a bunch of videos made, just like this one. I'm trying to increase the quality using a light right now. I don't know if that's a good effect, but anyways, the entire system is available on Notion, and there's an integrated video tutorial series to make everything easy. It explains, at every step of the way, how something is built, how you can adapt it. And that's basically it. That's the move system. What I've done, I didn't highlight it, but I have made a bootcamp as well. So at the moment, I'm in the process of enrolling roughly a dozen people to try it out. And I've gotten already some pretty good feedback. I'll be making videos about that in the future. As I come to the end, it's not a free template. So because I made the action system available for a symbolic €1, because it's proven that if you pay for something, you care more. And here, given it's like 10x the work, I've said €10. So you pay what you want, but the minimum is €10. And this is kind of the product. At the end of the bootcamp, or if you use this regularly, you'll be able to get an album into your past, like this one. And with that being said, I think it's a good way potentially to wrap up the video where we started, which is that dedication. So I'm really happy to be able to publish this move system after having worked on it for over a year, because I thought to myself, I shouldn't just start making videos. I should first do a 1-year project, publish that almost like a portfolio, and then be able to just more freely create content, like having proven to myself the kind of work that I want to do. So that being said, I'm very proud. And secondly, I want to dedicate it obviously to my grandfather. So as you can see in here, one of these images, my grandfather passed away this month on the 10th of, well, actually he passed away last year, but we just had his funeral on the 10th of February. And it was an amazing, moment to be together with family. And one of the things that made it really extra special was that on the days leading up to his funeral, I was able to see an album he had made from dating back to 1975. It was an album that contained pictures of like the trips he would go on, time spent with family. There was always a picture and a beautiful entry. And as I looked back into that album, it was like I was reliving everything with him. There were such beautiful moments in there, like when he taught me how to ride a bike, like the day he became my grandfather. It was really moving, and it reminded me of what I was doing in the sense that I've got these like images back into the past. And I think the whole experience was very moving because it was a great way to, after a year of having been able to spend a lot of time with my grandfather and seeing him pass away, then connecting with him in that way. And I think really building something that other people could also have derived value from. I think there's this desire to like make memories, to journal about things. And so I think that's something that I look forward to exploring. To end this video in a one-shot fashion, I think what I would want to focus on here is a lesson that Rudolph Schremmer taught me. And it's a lesson that I take to heart. It's maybe my favorite lesson that I learned from him. Rudolph, when I was young, told me, and he always said it, like, in life, you can get by, this is in German, with 4 key sentences. You could call them words. Guten Tag, bitte, Dankeschön, auf Wiedersehen. In that, you structure a conversation from a polite introduction, good day, making requests, please, thanking people when they help you, Dankeschön, and telling people you look forward to seeing them again, auf Wiedersehen. I think the civility, the politeness embodied in that, the spirit of, cooperation, it really made a big impact on me. So I'm very thankful for that. My grandfather, he did teach me a lot, and now I'm really proud to be able to carry his memory forward. So thank you very much for listening, and Godspeed. Bye.